Previously on CSI.
So what do we have here?
Missing body.
Missing body, huh? Who was the body?
It was a Jew by the name of Jesus.
Jesus, huh?
Yeah.
Name sounds familiar.
Come on, Chief, you're not buying this God stuff, are you?
Only thing I'm buying right now, Detective, is that we need to find out everything we can about this Jesus fellow, and then we'll find the truth.
Roger that. Let's get to it. Morning, boss.
Morning, Detective.
Well, the head server from the party's here.
Oh, great. Where'd you put him?
He's a she, and she's in the interrogation room.
Okay, well, let's go see what she has to say.
All right.
So that's her. So, hey, can we do that good cop, bad cop thing?
What's that?
Well, you know, where, like, I go in and I scream and I yell and I threaten, you know, like a bad cop. And then you come in all nice and sweet and you get all the information from her.
How about we just do our job the way we normally do it, Detective?
Fine. Just want her to play bad cop.
Good morning. I'm Agent Puente, and this is Detective Wall.
Ma'am?
Thank you for coming in.
No problem. What can I do for you?
Well, it appears that a dead body has disappeared from a tomb.
And you think I had something to do with that?
Not as far as we can tell, but we'd still like to talk to you and ask you a few questions.
Oh, okay.
Can you tell us if you knew a guy by the name of Jesus?
Yes, I know Jesus.
You know Jesus. Okay, you do know that this Jesus fellow was killed, crucified, and buried in a tomb 3 days ago, right?
Yes, all of Israel knows that. But that doesn't change the fact that I know Jesus.
Technically, you mean you knew Jesus, as in past tense, because he's dead. So you don't mean know Jesus like present tense because he's not alive.
Well, not in this case. In this case, it's present tense, knowing Jesus.
Okay, have you seen Jesus today?
Did you know you don't have to wear sunglasses inside a building, right?
I'm the one asking questions here.
Easy, boss. Easy.
I'm sensitive about my eyes, that's why I wear sunglasses.
A little sensitive about his sensitive eyes, so if you don't mind.
Well, I'm a little sensitive about my nose, and someone needs to give you a breath mint because you have coffee breath.
Noted. Let's move on, please.
Just tell us what you know about Jesus.
All right, okay. I was the head servant at a wedding, and it was a huge party, and you know, they weren't prepared for all the people who were there. So this lady, Mary, she was in charge of the celebration, and she was getting a little flustered because we were running out of wine. Well, there was nowhere to buy wine, and it was pretty much killing the party. Well, she calls her son over and introduces him to me, and that's where I met Jesus. Well, she says to him, "We ran out of wine and you need to do something about it." And then she turns to me and says, "Well, you do whatever he says." And then I'm thinking, well, what's this guy gonna do? You know, I'm not gonna get wrapped up into anything that's illegal, if you know what I mean. So he points over to these 6 pots in the corner and tells me to fill them to the brim. And I mean, we're not talking wine barrels, we're talking like 30 gallon bottles of water. And so we put them in, we fill them, it takes a while, but we did it. And I'm thinking, this guy's crazy and I'm gonna look like a fool. People are gonna say, well, you're trying to fool us by giving us water instead of wine? Well, we filled them, and then my staff and I were sitting there with over 120 gallons of water. And he says, "Give some to the master of the banquet."
And then?
Well, I took a picture and I dipped it in one of those pots and it came out full to the brim with wine. And I take a step back and I'm like, whoa. And so I knew how much wine was there, and I knew that I filled those bottles with water. They never left my sight until they became wine. And then I gave some to the head banquet master, and he yelled at me. He said, "Why are you saving the best for last?" And you know what? We tasted that wine, and it was the best we'd ever had. It was a miracle.
A miracle?
Yes, this Jesus dude is the real deal. You've never met him, have you, Agent Puente?
No, I never had the chance to meet this Jesus fellow.
Well, don't worry. As long as you keep searching for the truth, then you will have a chance.
Thank you, ma'am. That'll be all. You're free to go. So this Jesus, 3 years ago, he performs a miracle and turns water into wine. The body's missing. The witness says he's alive. What do you make of this?
I don't know. I know that we're just beginning to scratch the surface of this investigation, and I know that I have more questions than I do answers.
Me too. So, what's our next move?
I think we should talk to some people that he supposedly healed.
All right, I'll get a list together and round some up.